The fighters, this is just one of those things.
This is Canelo Alvarez, the Mexican legend, the middleweight, the super middleweight, the light heavyweight who fights out of Guadalajara, Mexico. And they'll be facing the artist from the United States of America.
It'll be ding-ding from first thought they're off.
Well, we're all set. Let's go into the ring for the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, here is Mexico's first ever undisputed world champion and renowned star of boxing. Here is a 4-division world champion and an undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez. Fighting out of the blue corner from the United States of America, wearing the gray trunks with red trim, the artist.
One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only for this, our main event.
Todd, all I can say, heaven on earth. Heaven on earth.
No doubt about it, this was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. High hopes for this battle between these two athletes. No rest for the weary. Solid punch. A perfect counter shot. What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
Good counter punching. That hook won't score. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. You'd like to see more jabs. They exchange punches. Not a lot of defense here at all. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Great round, great round. Now relax. Don't be looking there for one.
On to the second round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
That counter shot lands. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
The straight right just misses. Johnny, you would know this better than me, but I would hate fighting someone with this swarmer style. They don't let you breathe. They don't let you get off the ropes. You can't get your offense off. You just got to deal with them.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen them, when you've seen the best of the best swarmers going, you understand how hard it is. It looks exciting from the outside in. Can you imagine being right in there?
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the cup.
On to the third. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Missed with that jab. Beautiful counter shot. Straight right just misses. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Both men step back for just a moment. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
Some fighters are just gifted. Gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
He threw a punch and just got countered. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Get out there and switch up. Get this boxing back together.
And there's the bell to start round 4. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Perfect punch. Missing with the hook. Throw out a lazy jab in this fight, you'll get knocked out. How about that time counter shot? Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And as we see it again, there's no way to get up when you get clipped with a shot like that.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Apparently it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Disastrous round, but he's still on his feet.
There's always a way back. Don't ever round anybody off.
Come, breathe. Don't worry about that round. Don't. Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. Just to say about that round, it was a bad round, but we don't care. Go out.
Back into the fray here in round 5. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs are feeling like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Having a hard time finding a home with that right uppercut. Jab slightly off target. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Down big time on the scores.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Good work. That's it. Now breathe.
Here we go in the 6th round. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there, and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Can't land that jab. Straight right just misses. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Dominance, without a doubt, made look so easy.
You've got to be confident. You've got to take that confidence.
Here comes round 7. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You don't want to trade shots. Catch and shoot. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Back and forth they go. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
One punch could change everything in this battle. Counter punch. Blocks that jab. That left hook missed. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Come on, swing. Great round, great round. Now relax. You were thinking. Right, let's get out there. Get your boxing power shots. Good work. Don't forget the jab and don't get carried away. Think about it.
There's the bell to start round 8. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Couldn't land that jab. A perfect counter lands. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice counter shot. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics sometimes so as to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Well done with that counter shot. This round could go either way, 10 seconds to go. What a dominant performance, and it shows up on the judges' scorecards as a unanimous decision victory.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan, but what a result.